Every human being, no matter how surrounded, remains fundamentally alone. We are born into separate shells, encased in the singularity of our own minds, locked behind the veil of private consciousness. No amount of conversation, affection, or closeness can truly dissolve this invisible wall. Even in the most intimate of human encounters, the core of our experience remains unshared. We live beside one another, not within each other. This is the truth of existential isolation. It does not diminish with friendship, nor vanish in love. We may reach toward each other, and we must, but the space between our inner worlds never fully collapses. We remain islands, waving across a sea we cannot drain. To be human is to be born alone, and to eventually die alone, and to live within the limits of one's own skin. No one can suffer for us, and no one can feel our joy with the exact texture it has for us. This fact, stark and unescapable, forms the silent ground beneath all human striving, all longing, and all connection. It is perhaps this very isolation that gives birth to our need for others, our aching desire to be seen, to be understood, and to be loved. We do not reach toward others in spite of our solitude, but because of it. And yet, the yearning to overcome this isolation, to merge entirely with another, is doomed to fail. Many spend their lives trying. Some seek perpetual company, endless dialogue, a constant stream of interaction to drown the silence. Others chase deep connection after deep connection, hoping one will finally break the seal of solitude. But no human voice can echo perfectly into another's soul. The gap cannot be closed, not because we lack the words or the willingness, but because the gap is essential. It is the structure of existence itself. The way forward is not denying this isolation, but in facing it, calmly, honestly, and even gratefully. To accept that you are alone in your experience is not to fall into despair, but to enter the deepest kind of peace. When the desire to use the connection as a salve for existential discomfort fades, relationships are no longer driven by need, but by a genuine presence. You stop trying to escape yourself through others. You become a still point in the turning world, not reaching to fill a void, but offering a fullness you have made peace with. Paradoxically, this acceptance of our aloneness is what makes true connection possible. The one who no longer needs to erase their solitude through others is free to offer themselves in clarity and authenticity. They do not demand from relationships what no relationship can give. Instead, they give freely, without motive and without need. From this shift emerges a quiet reorientation. Connections are no longer for anything. They're not for soothing, they're not for fixing, and they're not for completing. They are simply moments of shared time between separate beings, each bearing the beauty and weight of their own existence. And in this, something sacred happens. A deep calmness arises within, not because the gap has been bridged, but because it no longer needs to be.